So yeah, shit happens. Hello everyone, it is Sol, and if you can't tell, there's something different in this video. I've got my softbox lighting up there, which I got for Christmas, thank you Mum and Dad. And I'm kind of in love with the selfie lighting, so let me just check. Love it still. And anyway, my glasses might be a bit dirty. I decided that today I'm going to do my first ever story time video, which I know has got a lot of controversy with people not liking it and people liking it, because maybe some people think that people overreact and exaggerate the story to make it get more exciting and people like it more. But this is honestly the true story. I'm not lying about anything whatsoever, I swear down to you. I'm going to start with saying that the German man is not like me being like, oh I hate German people, let's all diss him. It's just that what me and my friends have like known him as, because obviously we don't know his name, we didn't just stop and we're like, what's your name? He's just known as the German man because he has a German kind of accent. And yeah, so it was about 3 years... Sorry. So it was about 3 years ago, and there was me and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us, and we went to McDonald's to go get something to eat, obviously, because you wouldn't go into McDonald's to get a car, would you? So yeah, we went to get something to eat, and when we were finished at McDonald's, my friend had been to this abandoned house, which he went to like a few days before, and he wanted to take us there. So we cut down this like pathway in like the middle of nowhere in just like a huge empty land, and we followed this path around where it was taking us, I don't know. And then we got to like this part where the buildings just started to get creepy, and I just didn't like it because it reminded me of The Woman in Black, because the buildings, they were like borders put up on the doors and windows, and they were painted black, which made it even scarier. And yeah, I just kind of ignored them and was carrying on walking. I was like, these can't be the houses. And he was like, no, these aren't them, these are just the ones on the way. So we all carried on walking, and then it got to this pathway where it went down this little gate, and then there was a long path that led up to the main road. And we went down this little gate, and I already thought it was like someone's house, but apparently it wasn't. Well, my friend didn't know that anyway. He saw this huge, big, like, 2-storey, normal-sized, average house, and it had boarded windows, and then in like the back garden there was like a bomb shelter that had been built over kind of thing. It was just so scary, and my friend was like making us all give boost because there was a gap in the top of the wood and he could like look in, and I think he got a picture of the empty room and it was really creepy and horrible. And then there was a huge window upstairs. Oh, I got toothpaste on my face. I think I've got toothpaste on my mouth. If I have, I'm sorry. Yeah, and he got this little stone, so it wasn't a huge rock, but he like threw it up to hear what was up there, and it made a bang, so there was obviously a floor up there. And then we thought that we saw like a tent, so we didn't know if someone had like got in there and was living in there, so we automatically got creeped out. Next thing you know, my friend was just like, she turned around, Yazzie, hello. She just shit herself, not literally. She saw this man like right in the distance on this farm, which we didn't realise we were on, and he was holding a baseball bat in his hand apparently, or a machete, who knows what it could have been. I thought someone was coming to my house, and I absolutely nearly pooed myself. We ran back out this gate, and then we ran out the main road, which we didn't realise we were running past the German man's house, and it was petrifying because they all started sprinting off, and obviously me being a really not good runner, there was just my friend at the back with me, and we were just jogging it along because we weren't even like that worried, but we were like, oh come on, let's just keep running. I was just like running up this huge long path, and then my friends got to the end of it, and then me and 2 of my friends stood on the end of this road. 3 others crossed the road. Then next thing you know, we turned around, and the 3 friends that had crossed the road just like darted off around this corner, and it's the funniest sight I've ever seen. They just sprung around this corner, and I was just like, okay, where are they going? And apparently they told us that there was a man in the bush looking at us, so they sprinted off while they could, didn't tell us. And then when we turned to the right, we realised that the German man's driveway and like his house was round this corner, and he came out of his driveway and was shouting, get here in his German accent. And we were just like, shit, what do we do? And my friend was like, no, we need to run. And I was like, I've got no chance of running, we may as well just go to him. So we walked up to him for the most stupidest reason ever. And he like just, what did he do? He grabbed my friend's like top, pulled him in forward, grabbed my other girlfriend's top, pulled her forward, and I just kind of stood there and was like, okay, I'll listen to you, whatever. And then I was literally like looking around, and I was literally thinking, we're about to get kidnapped and like killed. And he was just shouting at us, and I couldn't really understand him, but he was like, have you been to the cottage? I don't know if like German people think of a house as a cottage, but whatever. My friend was like, we've got to cover up, and he was like, no, we've been to McDonald's. And I was just like, yeah, we've been to McDonald's. And then them two were like kind of like trying to hold in their laugh. They look over at me, I had tears coming out of my eyes where I was so petrified, bless my heart. I'm going to bless my own heart. Because I was really crying of like being scared. They were crying of laughter. Oh, it was a bloody nightmare. And he was just shouting at us. He was like, have you been to the cottage? And my friend was like, no, we've been to McDonald's. And the German man was like, never come back. I've got photographic memory. And I was like, oh, I don't know what that means, but okay. And then he was like, get away. Go now and never come back. So like we started to walk away from him. And then this car came zoomed down the road. And he grabbed all three of us and was like, yanked us back. And I was just like... And I thought he was like, he was going to kidnap us because he tricked us. And he was like, be careful of the traffic. And I was just like, okay. And then we started to walk. And then I looked behind. He was like running behind us. And I was like, is he trying to scare us off or is he going to get us again? So we just started sprinting off and we ran. My friend was like, fuck off. Fuck off. And I was just like, oh my God. And we just sprinted around, bumped into my three friends that escaped this scary man. And yeah, we just told him our story. And then there is a second time where I went about 2 or 1.5 years ago with my sister and her friends. And my sister's friends are like quite rebels, to be fair, like most of them. There was a huge group of us, and there was quite a big bit of the group that were staying at the end of the road because they didn't want to go down because I told them my story. Yeah, so we walked down to this house and there was 4 of us, me, 3 of my sister's friends, no, 4 of my sister's friends and me. Got to the house again, we were just messing around, looking in the window and stuff. And we were looking around to see if this man was up there, because I think it was kind of the adrenaline of this man to chase us, but I didn't want him to do it. I just want to show them the house. Because when I went, he made a huge deal of us being at the house like there was something hidden in it. So we were all thinking like, oh my God, there's dead bodies in that house. But there probably wasn't, it was just his abandoned house on his land, obviously, which we didn't know. Anyway, there was me and 4 of my sister's friends, and we just stood there, and then we looked over to where I saw the man with the baseball bat, but he wasn't there. So we were like, oh, he's not in. So we started walking. There was just like no sign of him at all, and I didn't even think there's anyone in the house because the lights were all off, apart from the landing. I thought, oh, he's just left his light on, so it looks like he's in, so he doesn't get robbed. I was just like, he's obviously not in, let's just go. And then we got a few more of my sister's friends and walked back down, and then this gardener man with this huge like chainsaw thing which he was using to trim the man's garden, and he came out and we were like, oh my God, he's gonna kill us. And we were like, who are you? And he was like, oh, I'm the gardener. And I was like, the gardener for who? And he was like, oh, and then he said the German man's name, and I can't remember it. And I was like, really? And I was like, does he not scare you? Because he is absolutely petrifying to me. He was like, no, he can be nice, you know. And I was like, what? After he shouted at me and made me cry, and he was laughing. And then this gardener man just like climbed through this bush, and then we carried on walking a little bit. No word of a lie, the German man sprung through this bush and was right in front of me, and I just looked at him and was like, and I just started to fast walk back. He grabbed my sister's friend by her arm and she was going, get the F off me. And I was going, let her go. And he was going, no, you will not come back. And I was like, oh my God. He was grabbed onto her arm, weren't letting her go. She was like screaming, get off me. And he was like, no, you will never come back. And he's just the scariest man going. And then my sister was trying to ring me, and she rang me just before the German man jumped out. And I was like, yeah, he's not here, he's not here. Next thing you know, I was like, yeah, he's not. And I just started running. My sister was down the phone, like crying, like, Sol, are you okay? Are you okay? Sol. And then she put the phone onto my sister's friend, and my sister's friend was like, Sol, what's happened? And I was just like, running. And then they were all crying because they thought we were all being like killed right now. And yeah, so the German man is deadly. If you know Bradwell and you know the German man, do not go to it because you are in high risk of being scarred for life, basically. Because I definitely have, and I'm never going to go back there again, I don't think. Especially at night time. Oh, nope. No way. So yeah, that was my first ever story time, and that was just me like wanting to post a video of my life, to be fair, but also I wanted to tell you the story. So if you like story time, you want me to tell you more funny or scary or just stories, then let me know by Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube comments, whatever, and I will make sure to keep on making these kind of videos because I can film whenever I want now because of that light. So, lovely! I hope that you enjoyed this story time video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to see more of me, and I will see you next time with another video. Hopefully it'll be a good one, I think. So yeah, bye! Let's do the thumbnail. Right, what should I do? Scared face? There you go, bonus footage for you there. You get to see my face as I have to pull. Bye!